I'm also on Twitch. Like and subscribe. Okay, bye! Hello, fellas. Have you ever stopped and wondered what life was like for our distant ancestors? What did they use as seasoning? Did they also reuse loincloths to avoid laundry? Were they furry? It's a quandary worth quandailing. Anthropologist James Sussman, in his book on the Bushmen, describes a culture of few needs and fewer wants. We're thankful if you have enough food for the next day. Consequently, the hunter-gatherer lifestyle is widely believed to be one of the happiest. But I hear you thinking, so what does this have to do with anything? Are you on that weed of foreboding writing again? The answer to both may shock you. Because in Monster Hunter World, Capcom has been able to scientifically extract the essence of this ancestral lifestyle and mold it into a black hole from which there is no escape. You play as Hunter Biden, bound by ship for the New World to dodge charges of tax evasion. However, much like Sun Wukong attempting to leave the Buddha's palm, the grasp of the IRS is all-encompassing, and they send their top guy. Godzilla's a Fed. How tragic. After a jaunty stroll through the Rhode Island wilderness, you arrive at your new, tax-free home, Astera. This is your hub, and what a beautiful hub it is. Every inch of this place oozes personality like delicious car oil. From the ramshackle trade yard, to the blazing forge, to the fact that it's all built from the various expedition ships sent here. It really creates an atmosphere of efficiency, where people let nothing go to waste. And with our new home established, the intro is complete and the land opens up. The Monster Hunter world begins now. Story! Gameplay. Unlike other RPGs, Monster Hunter World follows the measure thrice, cut once school of circumcision. You're not going to be fighting some level 3 slime that drops $4 in a parking ticket. Hell no, you're going for the big game, usually, and that requires preparation. A hunter ill-equipped is a hunter in the ditch. You must consider your items carefully. Mega potions, honey, food, and nullberries are your best friend, and they will be there for every hunt. Other items can be more situational. Poisonous monster? Hello antidotes. Flying monster? Not anymore. Stuck in the WWE cage match with 3 other bastards? Sling shit in their face like the enraged bonobo you are, and they'll emigrate to a no postcode. In terms of weaponry, choose the weapon that most closely aligns with your zodiac sign. Longsword users, for example, gain a 10% buff to weapon damage if they were born a Cancer. Okay, but really, pick the weapon you want. They're all viable in both single and multiplayer. Yes, even the hunting horn. However, you should pay attention to your weapon element. On top of breakable parts, monsters will have specific elemental weaknesses denoted by Mr. Shrink's evil noodle board. The more stars, the better. We should all be familiar with this, as it's a mechanic directly taken from real life, where canine wyverns are especially weak to the ATF debuff. Actually, I lied. I thought this was important. Everything in the game tells you it's important, and it is, for some weapons. The elemental damage doesn't scale with the speed of the weapon. Instead, like a pet hamster meeting its end from an absent-minded child, it's flat per hit. What does this mean? Consider the average dual blades user, who attacks like a Seattle bath salts enthusiast. He is dealing tons of elemental damage. Meanwhile, the Chad powerlifting greatsword user does... oh yeah, basically nothing. Did I mention attack boosters outnumber element boosters by like 20 to 1? Yeah, if you're using a slower weapon, don't even bother. Armor also has elemental stats, and unlike the weapon elements, these actually matter. Picking a set that counters the monster will turn your skin to diamond and make your skeleton more muscular. On the flip side though, fighting a monster with the wrong set will give you an experience akin to being a small wooden shed valiantly facing off against an F5 tornado. Not exactly ideal. Good thing you checked though. Everything's in order, but there's one last step. Head over to the canteen for buffs and some of the most delicious food ever modeled. Simply looking at these meals will do for your appetite what edging did for the internet. Plus, it's the Halloween event, where the pure amount of sugar your hunter consumes crystallizes their blood into pop rocks. Congratulations, you're fully prepared. Set off to hunt your quarry, and where is it? Oh, you didn't think you'd know immediately, did you? Get a load of this guy.
I guess that is pretty funny.
No, you need to track it first. Simply find some tracks, markings, spare landmines, anything the monster might have left behind. From there, the scout flies will handle the rest. But Soul, am I gonna have to do this every time? I hear you whine like a lazy schm. No, you won't. After you've hunted a monster enough, the scout flies will just straight up tell you where it is. Among other things. Hell, you might even just land in front of it. Now, it's killing time. The combat mechanics of Monster Hunter are simple, yet like the unsanctioned mining operation in my backyard, surprisingly deep. Every weapon has enough tech to make a Tekken player reflexively rip out their Ethernet cable. Take the Humble Greatsword, for example. A beginner would normally spend their entire hunt missing more hits than the Boston Red Sox. That is, until they discover the truth. You're not a chaser. No. In this neck of the woods, the prey are Mongolian raiders, and your shoulder is the Great Wall. Tackle through any and every attack they throw at you. Prepare to retaliate with a wrathful smiting from the Lord himself. And get hit anyway. What went wrong? Simple. You're still in front of the monster, and with your 500-pound Ultra Thundercock muscles, you're not going anywhere fast. In theory, press B out of a tackle to deliver a wide slash that both uses the charge and moves you quite a distance. There's more, of course. A lot more. For every weapon in the game. Hell, for most monsters in the game. But you get the idea. The skill ceiling for this series is like the Jacob's Ladder of gaming. And trust me, you'll need that tech for some of these godforsaken fights. Why are you like this, Raging? Some other things to note. Every monster has breakable parts, and breaking them will both lower their combat ability and give extra rewards. The Clutch Claw is a mechanic added with Iceborne that allows you to create your own weak spots and run dragons into telephone poles. Decorations and skills are fucking important. If you can, always have some Part Breaker and Stun/Blight resistance. You'll thank me later. And that's it. There's a gameplay loop. Wake up, eat, go into the woods, brutalize the wildlife, and make specialty knickknacks from their bones. In a way, it's the first RPG where you're role-playing as a resident of Virginia, and it's a great time. However, much like how no meal is complete without ritual bloodletting, there are issues that need addressing. Why tie useful unlocks to these dogshit gathering quests? Yes, I know they've been in the series since Monster Hunter 1, and guess what? They're annoying every time. Why are decent skill gems tied to Geological Gacha, where the 5-star spook equivalent is getting a level 4 gem, only to discover it's for Survival Expert? Why do you have to pay $5 to edit your character? Thankfully, Iceborne comes with a free edit, otherwise Tom Hiddleston wouldn't be here right now. Or should I say, could be here, because you can't change your character's name. That last part may have seemed scathing, wounding, filled with seething hatred. It's really not. I'm just confused. How do you miss this? Regardless, I love World with all my heart, and if Wilds further refines this new formula, then goddamn, I could be playing this series till I die. Buy it at whatever price you can. However much they charge, you're damn well get your money's worth. Au revoir for now, gentlemen. I'll catch you in the next one. And remember, Velkhana's a